female genital mutilation is a culture. Nobody talks about it. It's a taboo. It's done on you and it's finished. You keep quiet by yourself.
So you're now 15,
Yes.
minus 7,
Yes.
that's 8.
Yes.
So you were 8 years old,
Yes.
and they wanted to circumcise you at 8.
Yes. My father wanted to circumcise me, and you know, after circumcision, you have to be married off.
In our Maasai community, they practice excision. It involves the cutting of the clitoris, the labia majora and the labia minora. And the effects are different. Because when you look at the excision that we practice, it leaves a scar. And as a result of the scar, these women will experience prolonged labor pains because the scar cannot expand the way a normal body can. And for that reason, our girls started really understanding and feeling that they should not go undergo it. So from there, they started running away. We had nowhere to keep them because nobody can support somebody else, because even your budget cannot even support yourself, leave alone somebody else coming in. That's why we thought of having a place like this. And then when we had this place, the girls started running. They came. We saw that we needed to take these girls to school.
My parents wanted to circumcise me. This was organized by my father with my uncle. So I ran away before, and later to marry me off.
Okay.
But I managed to run away.
How did you know that you were going to be circumcised?
This one I was told by my mother.
Your mom told you?
Yes, that you are going to be circumcised. But I do not want to be circumcised. But I never told them that I'm running away.
Why didn't you want to become circumcised?
Because I knew that when I'm just going to be circumcised, very hard I'll be married off.
You didn't want to get married?
Yes.
Do you want to go back to your family?
Maybe later after I finish my education.
And then having these girls here, we saw that it's not going to be a permanent home for them. Then again, we set us about what we do. We should do some reconciliation, where we go and visit the parents, we talk to them, we use the people they respect to accept the girl back at home and respect the decision of this girl. He said he took a second thought and saw that the girl is still her daughter, and there is no way he can part with the daughter, so he rather would have pardoned her and she comes back. Yeah. We do also have peer educators. This is a group of people that we train from everywhere that we go. I will count on those people because they are responding. Who said, my daughter is not going to be cut. This is the person whom I will trust to be my friend and my partner.
You like studying?
Yeah, I like it.
Why do you like studying?
It makes me busy, not thinking about anything else.
It keeps you away from your thoughts. That's why you like it. Do you think you will go back to your community after you're graduated?
Yes.
Will you be able to?
Yes.
What makes you believe that? Won't it feel too painful?
After now my 4th year, after my courses in college or university, I'll be able to speak up for my rights, and I can say no to anything that they think that it is good for them, but it is not good for me.
So you'll be able to say no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We looked at the process of the cutting. This is a culture, it is our culture. We love it, we believe in it, and we value it. We saw that we cannot do away with the whole thing. So we had a part that we wanted to retain, and this is the part of counseling. Because a woman, after the cut, it's when a woman starts talking to a girl like a grown-up. We thought that there was need for us to pick the good part of it, leaving the bad part of it. Bring all the girls that we have got when we are doing the awareness and whom the parents have agreed not to go through the card for a 5 days seclusion where we stay with them, and these facilitators, they remain there with the girls for the 4 days, and on the last day, that is the day we say these girls are graduating without the card.